Day 1 of the PUBG Continental series sees Omaken steam ahead, and the open qualifier underdog teams show us what they're made of. Let's get into Day 2 for more of this, and this.
Hey peeps, I'm Skeletorus and welcome back to the channel. But if you're looking to level up your gameplay, then hit that subscribe button along with the bell so we can advance to the next level together.
Day 1 showed that the PCS would not be a walk in the park for the top EU teams. In Day 2, the open qualifier teams continued to impress. By the way peeps, if you missed my Day 1 overview, then you can catch that just here. Into Game 1 then, DA managed to fend off Team Liquid early, forcing K-Mine to retreat, not what Team Liquid need if they want to improve from the day before. Better luck next time, make a good first impression, catching Unity off guard while they are trying to take shots onto Omaken. They then pick off the last two from Tornado Energy, and that makes another open qualifier unknown team making their mark. The Nuclear Penguins, who were winners of their open qualifier group, tried to show us what they're made of by taking on Better Luck next time. Unfortunately, they don't pay attention as to who else is around and find themselves up against Better Luck next time, Digital Athletics and Entropic. TSM then take on Day 1 winners Omaken and come out on top, pushing Omaken out at 11th. Feeling confident, TSM creep up on El Giganten but instead find themselves back in the lobby. Going into the PCS, there has been some doubt around Faze, who haven't competed well recently despite being the reigning PEL champions. It seems however they are here to prove everyone wrong and take out Entropic and Digital Athletics. But it seems they haven't quite knocked off all the rust as Wildcats push on Faze and come out on top. Down to the top 4 in Game 1 and ENCE is the only invited EU team. The open qualifiers are again proving to the other teams they cannot be underestimated. El Giganten stay quiet but position themselves to cover the eastern side of the circle. Going into Phase 9 and it's a 3v3v3. It ends up an all-out firefight. El Giganten managed to stay focused however and come out victorious. Game 1 of Day 2 again shows the open qualifier teams mean business. Into the second game we see Team Liquid stepping up. They crashed TSM early on, and despite third-party teams making it difficult for K-Mine to get a high angle, Team Liquid managed to beat who I think are their main rivals in this tournament. Team Liquid also pull up on Northern Lights later in the game, sending them back to the lobby. Later on in the match, 6mo from Digital Athletics tries to stab them in the back, but instead is taken out by a great nade. This is more like it from Team Liquid. ENCE take out one of Entropic, but Entropic reply with pure aggression. They lose another but do come out on top. ENCE are considered an EU veteran team, but really haven't been doing well since winning PEL Phase 1 in April last year. Nuclear Penguins then crash Faze's compound, but it turns out to be an absolute disaster for them. Faze Clan seem to have worked out some kinks and are now working well. Unity come in strong with a great nade to take out Entropic, but are picked off by El Giganten and Misfits as they rotate. Gaxi manages to find Mexi as he tries to group up with his team, and it ends up being a 2v3v4 between Team Liquid, Misfits and El Giganten. El Giganten again control the zone with numbers and eventually find themselves up against Team Liquid. Ghostar flanks around to catch Ibi off guard, allowing Lorkis and Gaxi to push K-Mine for the win. Well, Day 1 was a rocky start for El Giganten, but they have come into Day 2 like a different team and have 2 wins straight off the bat, pushing themselves up into 5th position overall. But we can see that Omaken still has a huge lead in first place with 90 points. It's also interesting to see that at this point, the top 10 has 5 teams from the open qualifiers. The last game on Miramar sees El Giganten lose focus. They lose Ghostar early to Entropic and reciprocate by taking out Regibirdo. But this early into the match, you lose a lot of momentum. You find yourselves without a lot of utility and perhaps poor armour. They do manage to take out 2 more from Entropic, but find themselves at the mercy of Northern Lights, who come in as a third party to clean up. Mexi from Team Liquid shows us again his spray control, knocking a member of Misfits from the back of a buggy. Digital Athletic try to find a safe place, but end up crashing into Unity, who absolutely destroy them. With the blue zone to their back, Unity push onto Faze and come out on top. They then try to chase down Omaken, but find themselves in the sights of Team Liquid, who take them out, leaving Omaken to get into zone. Omaken spot out Tornado Energy, but as they try to push the advantage, they also get seen by Team Liquid and end up losing too. Team Liquid have a strong position going into Phase 8, but just to strengthen it further, K-Mine pushes onto Wasted Potential on his own and wipes the remaining members. Game 3 then comes down to Northern Lights and Team Liquid. Northern Lights gain the advantage by knocking K-Mine and killing Jeans. Team Liquid then go on the defense. Battalions tries to wrap around the southern edge, but takes too long to engage. This allows Team Liquid to change their position as the final circle shrinks. Mexi gets a knock onto Spyro, and that's when Battalion decides to engage, getting 2 rapid knocks, leaving Ibby against 2. But Ibby takes care of Battalions and manages to find Perfectix, giving Team Liquid the win. Now this is more like the Liquid I want to see. That game sees Liquid move up to 2nd place, but we see some massive moves from Wasted Potential and Northern Lights moving towards that all-important top 16. The top 16 of the group stages will face off in the finals in week 3. Omaken still have a huge lead at the top, and the casters reckon that to ensure a team makes it to the finals, they need at least 105 to 110 points. Well, with 3 games still to go, Omaken look as if they're pretty secure. Game 4, the first Erangel game of the day, seeing Better Luck Next Time crash Team Liquid, who are caught off guard and lose 2 players. There are a few exceptions, but I have noticed that the game after a win, teams seem to struggle to maintain that momentum. Is there anything in this you think? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And while you're there, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up from you, as it lets me know that you're enjoying this sort of video and encourages me to make more of the same. Unity try to find some cover in the fields southwest of Yasnaya, but end up on top of Omaken, who take out the 2 Unity players. Wasted Potential get ambushed by Faze Clan, but they manage to divert away, unfortunately straight into Better Luck Next Time, who eliminate Wasted Potential. Gaxi gets caught out in the open by Wildcards, and he's managed to hold them off until Vax arrives to support. Wildcats manage to knock Vax, but this distraction allows Gaxi and Norkis to take out Wildcats with a perfect nade onto BSD. Tornado Energy try to get some cover in the centre circle, but drives straight into Horizon. Aliag panics and jumps off the bike early, but Example rides straight on over Horizon, and Unity are out in 12th place. Faze find themselves outside of circles south of Team Liquid, who try to hold them off, but Faze have the numbers, and using some tactical smokes, Faze push up and overwhelm Team Liquid. Ints know that they really need to pick up the points and try to push TSM in the north, but TSM are too much for them and Ents are out in 6th position. TSM have a strong position in a compound that overlooks the fields in the rest of the circle. And as the next zone appears, everyone else has to move towards TSM to get to safety. Omaken try to find more cover in the craters, but are surprised by double from Entropic, who takes out Vascu and T-Bone, leaving Gempty the last man standing for Omaken. Digital Athletics do their best to push close below TSM. Sensing the threat, TSM focus onto Digital Athletics and suppress them as they move to the next zone. Faze, who are behind Digital Athletic, end up taking them out. Gempty then uses this opportunity to take out Fuzzface and leaves Faze confused as TSM take out Uber. It's now a 4v1 and the outcome seems pretty predictable. It's a credit to Gempty's skill though, who could have denied the point, but seeing as Omaken are so far ahead, he didn't have a lot to lose by taking the fight. TSM get the win, but Gempty managing to knock Iru and nearly knocking Vex before Vard gets the kill. I think though, if Gempty managed to get the knock onto Vex, it could have been a massive upset for TSM. After that game, TSM jumped 3 places to 5th. Faze jumped 4 places to 11th, which isn't bad considering that this is their first day playing. A lot of teams above them are on their 2nd day. Omaken are still being consistent. It may not be getting the wins today, but they are fragging out and finishing high up in games, so they are soaring ahead. For Ents, this game was a turnaround point, jumping them up 6 places into 16th. For some of the teams in the bottom, especially those that have already played 6 games, it looks like they will need to do a lot in day 3 games to ensure a comfortable position at the end of the weekend. I'm looking at you, Raise Your Edge. Into game 5 then, and it starts to get exciting when the zone hard shifts onto Primorsk, meaning the majority of the teams have to stop what they're doing and just head for zone. This is one of the most dangerous times for a team, as it is incredibly difficult to defend yourself as you drive past other players. A lot of the teams head to Quarry expecting the zone to shift towards north, but with so many teams in such a small area, many of them lose players in the rotations. ENCE push onto El Giganten and get some good knocks, but they remain too passive even though they must know they have the numbers advantage. Ghostar gets the res onto Gaxi, and as he's fighting ENCE, Gaxi manages to get off a heal before Ghostar is knocked, making it a 2v2. Norkis knocks one of the ENCE players, and Gaxi, who should be dead, gets the last kill onto ENCE. It's really disappointing to see such a well-known team lose their confidence, which is the only thing I can think of that prevented them from pushing earlier. This engagement should have been won by ENCE. As the zone shifts, Wildcard try to hold off Unity and Faze. They manage to get a kill onto Uber, but fall to Unity, who pick them off one by one. Wasted Potential pick up points from Unity as they move to the zone, but their bad position and cover allow TSM to easily take them out. Game 5 then boils down to TSM and Entropic. Bard gets knocked as they try to move towards the centre of the zone, leaving a 3v1 in Entropic's favour. The outcome is inevitable, and Entropic take the win. Entropic have come to this tournament guns blazing and have consistently been aggressive, which other teams are finding incredibly difficult to defend. This pushes Entropic up into second place, but it's still nearly 30 points behind Omaken in first. There is a lot of shuffling in the leaderboard after Game 5, and again some of these more well-known teams are struggling against the Open qualifiers, with 6 of them up in the top 10. Surprisingly for me though, Nuclear Penguins are dead last, and considering how well they did in their Open qualifier finals, I would have expected to see a lot more from them. Let's get into the last game for Day 2. Nuclear Penguins obviously feel the same as I do, because they push better luck next time early on. Artix manages to hold them off until reinforcements arrive, but unfortunately for better luck next time, they don't help, and faultlessly is forced to retreat. It's Entropic who go out first in this match, which also means they can only watch now how the other teams get on in this match and Sunday's games. They are currently in second place, so I don't see them having too much problem next weekend ensuring they qualify for the finals. Unity go out in 14th place. Their last player, Horizon, manages to snap onto Spyro from Northern Lights, but is unable to get the flush before going out. ENCE feel like they want to join in the action, but TSM again prove they are the better team with a lovely nade from Vard. Team Liquid know TSM are weak and push for the kills, but don't expect Omaken to third party, forcing Team Liquid to retreat, but end up facing Wasted Potential, who knock and flush Mexi. Jeans manages to get revenge onto Omaken before Wasted Potential find him, and Team Liquid are out in 7th. Faze Clan move around the eastern side of the circle to flank El Giganten, but lose one of their knocks to TSM. The last game comes down to 3 big names: Faze, TSM and Omaken. Both TSM and Omaken only have 1 man, whereas Faze have a full squad. Faze have a good idea where the final Omaken player is, and they try to flush him out of the shack, but after not getting the kill, they must think he's somewhere else and run straight past him to TSM. Vard manages to get a knot onto Uber, but Gustav and Fuzzface are there to back him up and get the kill. It's now a 3v1, but they have no idea where Vascu is. Vascu tries to take the initiative, but in the end, Faze win the last game of Day 2. Although the likes of Omaken, TSM, Team Liquid and Faze are up in the top 10, it really is another day for the Open qualifier teams. These teams mean business and not going to get bullied by the bigger, well-known teams. At the end of Day 2 then, Omaken have a huge lead, and I would expect them to still be up there after Day 3, even without playing any more games. TSM, Team Liquid and Entropic have also finished for the weekend and should remain in the top 10 after Day 3. Instead, it's going to be a fight at the bottom half of the table, with a lot of these teams playing in Day 3. Raise Your Edge in last place will need to step up if they want to make the top 16. If you want to see Day 3 from me, then consider subscribing and hitting that bell notification so you don't miss out. And while you're down there, let me know what you think of this video. It'll be really interesting for me to see any suggestions from you that can help me make these tournament videos better for you. By the way, if you want to see how the PCS is playing in other regions, or how the EU teams have changed up their rosters recently, you can catch my PUBG esports playlist right here.